The Last Chance Olympic Qualifier is this upcoming weekend, and for Team USA, there's only 2 representatives of the 6 weight classes. As most people know, USA has Spencer Lee at 57 kilograms and Zain Retherford at 65 kilograms. These 2 representatives are USA's last chance to get all 6 wrestlers to the Olympics. Also, for those who don't know, historically those 2 weight classes are normally really tough no matter what tournament you're at in the world. If you were wondering how Team USA got in this position, well, we'll get to that, I promise. But for today, I only really plan to cover 57 and 65 kilograms, even though every single weight class here will be absolutely amazing, and I really encourage everyone to follow along. The Last Chance Qualifier is always a barn burner with a lot of unexpected results, primarily due to random draw, but that's besides the point. Luckily from a fan perspective and from, a wrestler standpoint trying to qualify for the Olympics, they moved it to this year to top 3 qualify for the Olympics. Before, it used to just be top 2 with no true second, so yeah, pretty brutal. But now with that little explanation out of the way, be sure to like and subscribe, and if after this weekend you want me to detail all 6 weight classes, please let me know in the comment section below. There will be some of the best wrestlers around the globe still not qualified for the Olympics, so every weight will be awesome, so I'm sure I'm going to want to cover it on my own right anyway, so feel free to leave a comment anyway. But for now, let's just talk about the biggest threats to Team USA at the Last Chance Olympic Qualifier. So as I said, this qualifier is always brutal because no matter which way you shake it, there's going to be some really tough countries with some really tough representatives fighting tooth and nail to get their wrestler to the Olympics. For those unaware of how the qualifying process even works in general, I'll go into that right now. To understand that, we also have to understand how the process works for the World Championships, which to be honest is a lot different compared to the Olympics because all you have to do to qualify your country for Worlds is, go to your regional tournament. So for example, USA's regional is the Pan Am Championships. So all USA needs to do is send a wrestler there and they get to go to the World Championships. You don't really need to get a win or place or nothing like that. You just need to represent someone there and you can send someone to the World Championships. However, for the Olympics, not only do the weights go from 10 weight classes down to 6, but there's only 16 spots per weight, where Worlds technically has unlimited spots. Which, to be honest, at the Olympics, it results in some very epic brackets with insane matches right out of the gate. But I'll save some of that excitement for the actual Olympics, so let's move on. How the qualification works starts at the World Championships from the year prior to the Olympics. So in this case, it would be the 2023 World Championships, the top 5 place winners, so the gold, the 2 bronzes, the silver, and then they did a 5th place wrestle-off match, get to go to the Olympics. Then after that, there is your regional tournaments for qualifying purposes. If there are countries that are already qualified from the World Championships, they are not allowed to represent at that weight class. So for some weaker countries, it almost helps when Russia, the USAs, the Irans, etc. medal at the World Championships because then your Pan Ams or Euros or whatever regional tournament you're at is significantly easier. Granted, no matter which regional you're at, there's still going to be tough teams no matter who's sitting out, but it does make it a little easier. There's 4 of these Olympic regionals spread across the globe, resulting in the top 2 from each regional going to the Olympics, meaning that's another 8 spots, resulting in 13 spots totally taken after all the regional tournaments, giving the Last Chance Olympic Qualifier the last 3 spots to decide our field of 16 at all 6 weight classes. So with all that said, how exactly did Team USA fumble this one at 57 and 65 kilograms? Well, for starters, Zain Richards for USA, the world rep at 57 kilograms, failed to medal at Worlds, and lost to former USA rep Darian Cruz for Team Puerto Rico in the semis of the Pan Am tournament. So USA's only other shot to make the Olympics is the tournament we're talking about today. Funny enough, the 2 qualifiers out of Pan Am's at 57 kilograms are Darian Cruz, who wrestled for Lehigh, now wrestling for Team Puerto Rico, and Roman Bravo Young, who we all know wrestled for Penn State and represents Team Mexico. So technically 2 Americans made it to the Olympics, yet Team USA could not be represented. At 65 kilograms, Nick Lee fell just short at the World Championships, losing to the returning world champion of Iran in the quarterfinals. But once the Iranian failed to make the finals, Nick Lee was out of the tournament. Then he was sent to Pan Am's, where I think we all know what happened then. Nick Lee would get teched by Austin Gomez, who again is an American wrestling for Mexico, and Nick Lee beat him at the previous World Championships, but oh well. However, with all that said, I really do think Team USA is in a pretty good spot for this weekend. Spencer Lee looked like the Spencer we all learned to love throughout college and high school, and he looked pretty healthy, which is really big for Spencer. In my opinion, with Zain Retherford, he really just has to keep his weight managed. And if he does that, I think he'll be in a pretty good spot in this tournament. However, even though there's a lot of great wrestlers sitting out of this field since they already qualified, I still think there's a ton of really good competition, especially with random draws. You really never know what could happen. So now with all that qualification yada yada out of the way, let's finally jump into some huge threats to Team USA and their chances for qualifying for the Olympics. Starting with good old 57 kilograms and the biggest threats to Spencer Lee. The first name I want to mention, oh yeah, by the way, if I mess up some of these names, sorry about that. Some of these names are actually pretty hard to pronounce, but I'll give it a good old college try if you know what I mean. Anyway, the first name is India's rep Aman Aman, and to be honest, he's ranked pretty high, but I think he's a little overrated or maybe overhyped, whichever way you want to say it. Like, don't get me wrong, he has some great wins, yes, but whenever he wrestles someone like really good, he just gets smashed. I'm still curious if Spencer Lee even has to wrestle him, but I think it could really get ugly for him. Then again, I could just be a little biased towards Spencer Lee since I am from America, but that's just my thought on Aman Aman. Another big threat to me comes from China in their representative Wanhan Zhao, who placed in 2022 and 2023 but has yet to bring home a medal for them. However, he keeps matches really close and will battle everyone super tough at 57 kilograms. Horst Lair of Germany has medaled before at the World Championships, and he's even pinned Thomas Gilman before, on top of losing him also a handful of times. So I don't think he's the biggest threat in the field, but he does have a lot of KO power, and he's a world medalist, so you really can't overlook him. Besides some of those names, countries like Turkey, Kazakhstan, Georgia, and even North Korea are bringing some pretty tough wrestlers. Some in similar situations as Spencer Lee, where they had a lot of age-level medals and they're trying to be the new name in town. Like I said, I'm pretty biased in this video. I think Spencer Lee could easily make the finals and qualify us for 57 kilograms. But at the same time, there's a lot of talent in this field and a lot of experience, so we'll just have to wait and see. As we move on to 65 kilograms, I don't think there's as many notable names per se like 57 kilograms, but it is for sure a deeper field than 57 kilograms. A lot of the big names at 65 kilograms already qualified at either the World Championships or got it done at their regional tournament. However, there of course are some threats. The biggest threat is Mongolia's Tugol Tumar. I gotta look this one up. 1 second. Alright, I think it's Tolga Tumarochir, but I'm just going to call him Ochir for, well, the remainder of this. I thought Ochir was going to take out a very good Olympic silver medalist Haji Aliyev at last year's World Championship. However, he did get defeated 3-3. With that said, he wasn't there to wrestle at the Asian Games, so who knows if Mongolia will even send him. 65 kilograms also has like 3 Russian transfers, which is never fun for other countries because for how much depth you might think USA has, Russia has a lot more. For example, there's Albania's rep Dudaev, who also wrestled the previous mentioned Haji Aliyev at the Euro semis and lost 6-3 in a pretty fun match. He also had maybe one of the worst draws out of anyone at the 2023 World Championships, having returning Olympic champ Otoguru round 1. So he's for sure hunting one of those Olympic spots, falling just a little short in the past year. Besides a few other countries that will more than likely bring someone really good like India, who is trying to find their next Bajrang. Tajikistan has another Russian transfer, and there's just a lot of different countries that are going to be bringing someone really good because this weight's just always so deep. So basically, everyone's going to have to be ready out of the gate, and everyone's weight's going to have to be managed to be ready to go right out of the gate as well. I could also really see this either being a super fun weight class with everyone being spread out in the right spots, or one of the sides of the brackets being insanely tough compared to the other one and someone gets a spot they don't deserve. That might be a little harsh, I get that, but that's kind of what happened last time 65 kilograms hit the stage at the last Olympic qualifier, so who knows. Now the real crazy part is out of all the names I mentioned, out of all the hope we might have for the USA reps, someone else could totally emerge from these brackets. Or well, I guess two people could emerge because they're not even wrestling the final match. One thing I will say though is that third place match is going to be absolutely bananas and I'm totally here for it. Overall though, I hope you all really enjoyed this little rundown of the qualification process for the Olympics, along with getting to talk a little freestyle wrestling. Either way, there will be some amazing matches, so I really hope you all find the time to watch the Last Chance Qualifier. I'm sure some people already might have mentioned in the comments, but yes, I did skip over some wrestlers at these weight classes and well, obviously the other 4 weight classes as well, especially wrestlers from well, America that have transferred to different countries. Do I think they're a threat? Some yes, some not so much, but after Pan Ams, I really think anything can happen. Leave some of your notable USA transfers in the comment section below if you'd like though. Some big ones to note though, I guess, are Kaizen Clark, who was an NCAA runner-up, losing to Nick Lee actually in 2022. He wrestles for Germany now. There was Defined Silvers, but sadly enough, Israel isn't allowed to compete anymore, which is pretty sad for them. But I could sit here all day and name wrestlers we all once or still do love, but I'll leave that up to you guys in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know if I missed your favorite wrestlers throughout the video, along with hitting that like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to let me know if there's any bigger threats that you think I should have mentioned. Now, with all that said, I hope you all have a great day, and take care, everybody.